A small, I mean tiny, inty-weeny bit of Supergirl news came out today, but it's enough of an excuse for me to talk about my most anticipated movie of next year. What's going on, guys? Chris from Cinema Hooked, and today I'm talking about the Supergirl film in an interview that James Gunn recently did where he dropped just a tiny bit of news about the Supergirl movie. Some of you might even be thinking, wait, Supergirl is your most anticipated film of next year when there's an Avengers movie and a Spider-Man movie? Seriously? Yes, because as excited as I am for those Marvel movies, at heart, I am a DC diehard. I love DC Comics. I love everything DC. I've got the Death of Superman comic book tattooed on my ribcage. I love the House of L. So yes, Supergirl, my most anticipated film of next year, at least as far as the comic book movie world is concerned. But I want to get back to that news I spoke about before, where James Gunn sat down with Rolling Stone and he discussed very briefly a little bit of Supergirl. And you can make of this what you want. It's not much, but a lot of fans will speculate. And I imagine a lot of fans and people who aren't fans, this will make them dislike the future of this movie going forward even more than they already did. But me, it's whatever. He said the film would be a space adventure, which I would expect it to be. I'm about a quarter, maybe third of the way through Woman of Tomorrow because I heard it's a great comic, so I'm reading it and so far I'm loving it. But space adventure, that completely tracks with what I've read so far in that comic. He says it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, what exactly does he mean by that? Now there's going to be the anti-James Gunn people. They're going to be like, oh, it's just going to be like, she's going to be like Star-Lord, and there's going to be like a soundtrack with silly songs on it, and there's just going to be silly characters and bad writing and blah, 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 blah. By him saying it's like Guardians of the Galaxy, but that was, the follow-up to It's a Space Adventure, it just means it's like Guardians of the Galaxy, where, it was a space adventure. She's going to be out in space. It's going to be a fun movie. It's going to be a science fiction movie. She should be in space. She's an alien who can fly and has heat vision and freeze breath and stuff like that. It's a space adventure. It should be fun, like Guardians of the Galaxy was. And those anti-James Gunn people, if they say that Guardians of the Galaxy was a bad movie, oh, that movie's stupid, that movie sucks, man, they're tripping. They're hating just to hate. I loved seeing Millie Alcock for that little bit at the end of the Superman movie. I think she's going to absolutely nail it as Kara Zor-El. I'm super excited. And recently I just did a video where I talk about things Supergirl, so if you're not super familiar with the character, you can check out that video. Just learn a little bit more about the character before her film comes out, because I think it's the little bit of due diligence you can do. Watch my short little video. You don't have to read a bunch of comics and stuff, Familiarize yourself just a little bit. What do you guys make of James Gunn's comments about the Supergirl movie being like Guardians of the Galaxy? Is it something? Is it nothing? Let me know down in the comments. And if you're not already subscribed, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there, hit the little like button like the sign there says, and like always, let's keep the conversation going after the video ends, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.